guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda. I'm so glad you are here today. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. If you do, please hit that bell button so you're notified every single time that I upload and you don't miss any inspiration. Everyone, if you enjoy the content of this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up, as that is the free way to help your girl out here on YouTube. I hope you enjoy the DIYs today. Let's go! So for DIY number 1, I am going to share with you this adorable turtle basket made with Dollar Tree items. So I'm using this clear garden dish from Dollar Tree, some rope, some twine, and also the blue and creamish colored rope from Dollar Tree. You can also get your rope at Hobby Lobby. I feel like you get the same type of rope, a larger amount for a smaller price, but that is totally up to you. So I am going to begin swirling the rope all around the inside of this dish like so. I just start with a little twist in my fingers, glue it down, and then I just wrap and wrap. So I'm going to wrap the whole bottom part, glue it down, and then I'm going to come in with one loop of this beautiful blue and cream ribbon from Dollar Tree. So it's going to look like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and take another piece of that ribbon and cut it in half, making sure that my pieces are equal. I have 2 equal pieces for handles. I am then going to glue them down like you saw me do here, one on either side of my little basket. And then I am going to finish the inside of this basket with the rope, and I'm going to go right over top of those little handles until I get to the top of the basket, and that top layer of rope I am going to go behind the handles, and this will allow them to stand up a little bit better. And then I'm just going to keep wrapping the outside of my basket. Now you could stop here, that's what I was showing you. You could leave your bottom flat, but I decided to just cover the entire thing. Then I'm going to take a turtle cutout from Dollar Tree. They come about 8 to a pack, and I'm going to take this Dollar Tree twine, and I am just going to glue a piece down and begin wrapping the turtle like so. I go under his armpits and wrap his entire body first, and then I wrap his little, I don't know, are they arms, fins, flappers, whatever they are. I go ahead and wrap them, and then the feet separately. I just found that a little bit easier, but however you do it to get this little turtle wrapped up, we just don't want to see any of that wood. We want him to be covered in this beautiful twine. So just use tiny dabs of hot glue wherever necessary, and also covering the little feet with the twine. Just be careful of the hot glue. And once your turtle is covered, I just attach him to the middle of the basket, and this is so adorable. So this is mostly for decor. It could be functional if you wanted it to be. I will just be displaying it. I think it is so adorable on its side like this, and surrounded by other nautical stuff. It is so cute, so inexpensive, and easy to make. I really do like this DIY, and I hope you like it as well. Today's collaboration, World Turtle Day, is hosted by Jackie over at Crafting and Mimi's World, and joining her is GGB DIY, Sarah, Rustic and Lace DIY, my friend Brenda, Jackie Burns Creations, and myself. There will be a giveaway with this challenge, and it will be announced on June 1st. So I think it was such a nice idea of Jackie to want to do this collaboration to support these gorgeous, majestic creatures, these sea turtles. They definitely need our support. They are very important to the planet, and they're also just fascinating and amazing to watch. So I was so excited when she invited me to join, and I will have all of these ladies linked down below, as well as the playlist. So be sure to check everything out. Okay, a DIY number 2. To show you how I easily and inexpensively created this gorgeous anchor decoration. I began with some more of that tan and blue twine from Dollar Tree, as well as this rope here, and this Anchor Wreath form. I'm also going to be using some regular colored twine from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to begin by making my hanger first. I'm taking this blue and kind of creamish color rope. I'm cutting the length off and putting it through the top of my anchor. I am then going to tie a knot. I'm going to stretch out my two tails and tie another knot at the top. And this is just going to form the hanger. Now I'm putting the hanger on first because I'm going to be going around the whole thing with twine, and I just thought that this would make it a lot easier to begin this process first. I will take my thin blue and tan twine. I will glue it down on one side of that rope hanger and I will begin wrapping. I am just going to wrap this entire thing in the rope. Anytime you come to the end of your rope or twine, let's call it twine so I don't get all confused here. Anytime you come to the end of your twine, you just glue a new piece down and start wrapping. I do add a little thin strip of hot glue along the back as I feel like that helps hold it in place. That is totally optional, but I felt like it was a good idea. So I'm just going to wrap, wrap, wrap. It's very easy. Now, once you get to the part where you have that side piece, it's a little difficult to wrap straight down. So I wrap at a slant like you see me doing here, and then I began wrapping one of those side pieces, and then I'll come on the other side and continue my slant like so until I can just go ahead and wrap that piece straight out as well. And so I know that I'm not the best at explaining things all the time, but you can see what I'm doing. So this really was quite easy. Once that is done, I do crisscross over the other way with a few strips of this twine just to give this kind of an X look. I just thought it would look a little bit better and a little more finished if the twine was kind of doing an X formation instead of just slanting. So there's what that looks like. And once I get halfway down this anchor, or maybe 3/4, however you feel, I'm going to start with this tan jute twine, and I'm going to do the same thing when I reach that bottom part. I'm just going to do an X formation with my twine and then wrap either side. And also when I come to the pointy part of the arrow, I will wrap sideways as well. So that was Diana, my bulldog, coming to say hello. Now I'm going to take another one of those turtles that I wrapped in the blue and tan twine and glue it toward the bottom. So this will kind of cover up that little X of twine at the bottom. But then I'm going to take some of these adorable little wooden turtle cutouts that come 12 to a pack from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put a couple of them on one side, tilted in different directions, looking like they're following their mama, and then one there where the two different twines meet. And here's what this looks like. If you have any questions about how I did this, please leave them below in the comment box. Again, this was so easy and inexpensive. I did not even use a whole spool of each color of twine. So I hope you like this as well. Now let's jump right into DIY number 3. Another fun and easy Dollar Tree DIY. I'm going to begin with one of these Dollar Tree boards with the star cutout in it, and one of these Dollar Tree wooden home signs that I had used for a previous project. I'm going to paint it with this apple barrel blue. Here it is. And I'm going to go ahead and paint it, and then I am going to paint my sign with Waverly plaster. Now I have this fabric from Dollar Tree, so I'm just going to take a piece that's going to cover those letter cutouts on my wooden sign. I'm going to flip my sign over and glue this fabric to the back, pulling it as taut as possible so I don't have any wrinkles. Once that is done, I will glue this down to the bottom of my Waverly plaster painted sign. It does go over on either side by about 1/4 inch, but that did not bother me. If that bothers you, you could totally trim it up. Now I'm taking another one of those twine covered turtles that I just used Dollar Tree twine to wrap, and I am gluing it at an angle to cover my O. I'm taking another little piece of the fabric and gluing it to the back of my sign, again pulling as taut as possible to cover that little star cutout, so you can see the design behind that. Then I'm going to take those little tiny turtles that come 12 to a pack from Dollar Tree and put a few here and there. I did paint some with that same blue color, and I'm going to put 3 at the top going in different directions, and then I'm going to put one here by the edge, and I do end up going back and painting it with the Waverly plaster. I also put one toward the bottom. Then I just take some of this Dollar Tree blue and tan twine, and I wrap an X formation around the top above the star. I loved the idea that it looks like a mama turtle and her babies, so then I of course put a little turtle right in the middle of that X formation there, and here's what it looks like. So easy and inexpensive, just a couple dollars. I only used 1 pack of baby turtles for this whole video today, so all of these DIYs are very inexpensive and very easy, but I think this is just such a cute, tall sign. It's a great statement piece to put in with your nautical decor, and I really hope that you like it. It's also very customizable to whatever fabric you could find and whatever colors you like. Okay, guys, now let's move right along into DIY number 4. Like and enjoy all of these projects I made today, but I have to tell you, I think these little vases are my favorite. They have such a boho flair and they're just so adorable. I don't usually get into boho, but I love this. So I'm taking 2 of these Dollar Tree vases. It doesn't matter what color you find because we're going to cover them. I'm taking tan Dollar Tree twine and also the blue and tan Dollar Tree twine. So we're doing opposites. One, I'm going to wrap the top half of the vase with the tan twine, and one I'm going to wrap the top half of the vase with the blue and tan twine. So this is easy peasy. Just go ahead and glue down your twine and get started. Now I did have to kind of go over top of some pieces here, so this is not just one piece of twine back to back. I do go over here and there until this whole thing is wrapped, gluing where necessary to keep this nice and tight. Once I get about halfway down, I trim my piece off, glue it down, and I begin with the other twine. So for this one, we're beginning with our blue and tan twine, just right there, making sure that they are close together, and we are finishing wrapping this vase. This is so easy, and honestly, it really did not take very long at all. Now grab something. I'm using my phone case, but you can grab something that is whatever length you want your tassel. I wrap this around probably about 40 times, honestly, and then I tied a piece of twine in the top of my loop, and then I gathered about 1 inch and tied another piece of twine. And once that is done, I'm going to leave one side a little bit long, and I'm going to use that long side to wrap around several times to form a nice little band there around my tassel, and I'm just going to glue down the excess. I do go ahead and trim the bottom loop of my tassel so it is nice and long and flowy. Now I do also trim it up so that it isn't all the same length and exactly how I want it. And then you just grab your vase and wrap some twine around it and attach your tassel. So here's our other vase that we had done opposite, and I'm just taking some blue paint and painting the inside since it was white and I felt like that white clashed. Now this paint was not dark enough, so I did end up going back and using the blue apple barrel paint that we used in the previous project. So there's that one. Now here I'm showing you how I attach the tassel rather than just explaining it. I wrapped the twine that I used on the bottom of the vase around several times the neck of my vase, and here I just string that little tassel on through the top loop and then glue that twine down, and here is what it looks like, you guys. I just think it is so cute. Here's what the little package of turtles looks like, and I'm just taking one and putting it right there where those 2 different types of twine meet with a little bit of hot glue. I did not paint these turtles, but you totally could if you wanted to. And here's what this looks like. Again, you guys, honestly, I think this is my favorite. I think these are just so adorable, and they're so inexpensive. Just a couple of dollars to make this beautiful little trio. I just think they have such a cute flair to them, and I'm honestly quite proud of them. So these will be in my house for some time to come. You could also remove the little turtles if you wanted to. Thank you so much for watching today's video, guys. I really hope that you enjoy it, gathered some inspiration. If you would like to find me on Instagram, the link is in the description box. If you have any questions or comments about today's video, please leave them down in the comment section below. Thank you once again for watching, and stay safe, friends. I'm just going to give you a brief look at all the projects we made today. Our adorable little turtle anchor here. I just love this one. And here's our little turtle basket for display. Here's our adorable little turtle vases that were so fun and easy to make. And lastly, our little home sign. Thank you so much for watching today. Stay safe.
You can subscribe to my mom's channel. And thank you for watching today's craft, and stay safe.